allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we had a executive session 5:30 till now on personnel and contracts. Thank you. Janet, could I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Boyce?
Here.
Mr. Bowman? Here. Mrs. Burns? Here. Mrs. Delaney?
Here.
Ms. Mungo?
Here.
Mr. Ritter?
Here.
Dr. Singh?
Here.
Mrs. Warning?
Here. Okay, next, do we have any comments from the residents on agenda items only? Okay, seeing none, we're going to move on. Do we have any discussions from our board members?
This is Board Appreciation Month. I like to say I appreciate most of you guys. I'm just saying.
Can you clarify most? Thanks, John.
Add this, thank you, we got a gift. We got cupcakes. I think, Dr. Singh, you missed it, you were out of town, but you were in California, so. We ate yours. We ate yours. Thank you for the cupcakes and the chocolate-covered strawberries. They were very nice.
All right, thanks. Moving on to financial reports, Mr. Zarellas.
Thanks, Mrs. Warning. Item 4, financial reports. 4.1, list of bills, January 2025. Item 4.2, financial statements, November 2024. And item 4.3, financial statements of December 2024.
Can I have a motion to accept?
Or second it, whatever you need.
We have a motion, we have a second. Is there any questions or discussions? Seeing none, could we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Bowman?
Aye.
Mrs. Burns? Aye. Mrs. Delaney?
Aye.
Ms. Mungo? Aye. Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Dr. Singh?
Aye.
Mrs. Warning?
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce? Aye.
Okay, minutes from the previous meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes from December regular reorganization and special meetings.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Are there any questions? All right, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. All right, personnel.
I'll take that.
All right, thank you, Dr.
Item 6.1, employment as listed. We have 2 resignations. 6.2, 6.3, we have 3 retirements. 6.4, 2 transfers. 6.5, 4 leaves. 6.6, we have 10 volunteers as listed.
All right, can I have a motion to accept?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Could do we have any questions? All right, could we have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Burns?
Aye.
Mrs. Delaney?
Aye.
Ms. Mungo? Aye. Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Dr. Singh?
Aye.
Mrs. Warning?
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce?
Aye.
Mr. Bowman?
Aye.
All right, administrative resolution, Dr. Rossi.
All right, Dr. Jenke.
Thank you, Dr. Rossi. Item 7.1, we have 2 policies as listed for approval. Item 7.2, approve the assessment estimate from Capital Security Consultants. Item 7.3, approve the overnight excursion for Gateway High School Band. Item 7.4, we have 4 conferences listed. Item 7.5, approve the cybersecurity new course proposal. Item 7.6, approve the 25-26 school calendar. Item 7.7, approve the credit recovery for winter 6-week term. Item 7.8, approve the agreements between Vector Solutions and Gateway School District. Item 7.9, approve the display of the Olveus student survey. Item 7.10, approve the special education dispute settlement in the amount of $40,000. Item 7.11, approve the Act 67 residency enrollment determination. Item 7.12, approve the TSI plan for Dr. Cleveland Stewart Junior Elementary School. Item 7.13, approve the affiliation agreement with Holy Family University. Item 7.14, letter of agreement with the Human Services Administration Organization. And item 7.15, approve the agreement with Susan Parasevich Learning.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any questions or comments?
I had a quick comment or question on the school calendar. We talked about it with the snow days. If there's no day specifically on there identified as a potential snow day, and I know we don't need them so much with a flexible instruction, but I don't know if we should maybe indicate which one or two might be a snow day.
We could add there's some in-service days in March,
February or
April,
March.
there's February, March, I think, not April, but May. We could just put that in parentheses,
Yeah.
just in case.
Just in case. I
Yeah.
know.
If we have another year like this year, who knows? Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
It's still January.
Yeah.
We're on
Yeah.
4 FID days.
Thank you
Yep.
for bringing it up, because I wanted to know that too. So you're saying there's two, because this year we only had one in March that was designated as a snow day.
We have a little more flexibility this year with the school calendar and next year, so we probably won't need it. But like this year, we identified the one. It's not a bad idea just to identify it just in case for next school year too.
Parents
People
would
are
like to.
surprised if it
Yeah.
becomes a day that you're back in session, that they have a.
Right,
already
exactly.
read.
On the calendar listed that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, thank you, Donna. That's good that you brought that up.
Also with the calendar, I think everybody will be happy with our Christmas break, our
Yeah.
holiday break. It's like a 2-week.
Yeah.
So that should be good. Okay, could I have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Delaney? Aye. Ms. Mungo? Aye. Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Dr. Singh?
Aye.
Mrs. Warning?
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce?
Aye.
Mr. Vogel? Mrs. Burns?
Administrative resolutions. Mr. Zerellis?
Thanks, Mrs. Warning. Item 8.1, approve the quote from McCutcheon Enterprises Incorporated for chemical disposal in the amount of $33,750. Item 8.2, approve the change order for Gateway Middle School project as listed. Item 8.3, approve the settlement of the insurance case as listed. Item 8.4, approve Dr. Stacy Nikoloff as a school physician for the 2025-2026 school year. Item 8.5, approve Dr. Richard Affolter as a school dentist for the 2025-2026 school year. Item 8.6, approve the quote from Made in the Shade for additional blinds for Gateway Middle School in the amount of $23,176. Item 8.7, approval of the agreement NRG Curtailment Solutions Incorporated to provide energy-saving rebates to Gateway School District during the 2025-2026 school year. And item 8.8, approve the extension with Z&A LLC to audit the financial statements for fiscal years June 30th, 2025, 2026, and 2027.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any questions?
The dentist, Dr. Richard Alfonso,
Yes.
where is he housed? I didn't know.
Right on Northern.
Yeah, so he's
Drive
in the,
Boulevard.
there's a little brick
Yeah.
building, if you go past, Ivanhoe Drive, so, yeah, myself. If you go past like UPMC and make a right where those new townhouses are, like
Okay.
newer, no, not new, sorry, newer, across the street, there's like a little brick building, he's in that building.
Okay, because he's not on campus. So
No.
that's what I wondered. Okay.
Mrs. Warning, about number 8.2, the change order for the Gateway Middle School project, we have $4,600 there to move the sanitary vents, just to characterize that. There are many things that need to go on in order to finish a building. One of the things that happened was the vents ended up being too close to the input air, the output air from the restrooms, so they had to move the vents a little bit, and this could not have been foreseen beforehand. I can't remember the reason why, but as they were building something there, they saw that it couldn't be the way it was, so they had to move it, and this is the cleanup for that. Dr. Russell?
Yep.
Did you correct my?
That's it. Then you extend it.
So,
Are we okay with, now that the weather is getting a little better, this is being done or going to be done?
Yeah, John's on. John, did you hear the question?
I did. I just had to unmute. I'm sorry. Yes, we have some of them temporarily in place, and we're working on getting the rest of them done. As soon as the ice melts off the roof, we'll have a better chance. The roof is
Yeah.
a little rough right now.
Yeah. What's the turnaround time on the shades too?
It'll
That's
probably be
what
4 to
it's called.
6 weeks for delivery.
4 to 6 weeks, okay.
Blinds and shades.
Or the shades, blinds, this has additional blinds, but the company's shades.
Mike, and then I had one question on 8.7, that rebate, do we end up rolling that into the budget? Like, do we account for that? or is
Yeah,
that just
we
okay?
do. I think this year I accounted for 20,000, and we have a plus, I think it was like 35,000 for next year. I talked to the lady who runs our program. It's going to keep going up every year, so we definitely want to be a part of this. And basically, they come in, like for this building, they'll shut the building off, they'll go downstairs, look at our transformer, look at the transformers on a pole, and see if anything needs upgraded, if anything needs repaired. They do it right then and there.
Probably trying to prevent a emergency situation,
Yeah.
right?
So we just have to work with them in service days, Fridays in the summer, so that we can, keep participating in it.
Okay,
Ideally, it's in the summer.
Yeah.
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 More questions? Okay. Janet, could you do a roll call, please?
Ms. Mungo?
Aye.
Mr. Ritter?
Aye.
Dr. Singh?
Aye.
Mrs. Warning?
Aye.
Mrs. Boyce? Aye. Mr. Bova?
Aye.
Mrs. Burns?
Aye.
Mrs. Delaney?
Aye.
Board member resolutions. I don't believe we have any. Okay, moving on to comments from residents of the audience on non-agenda items. Boy, quiet tonight. Okay. Administrative reports. Anything tonight?
Nothing this evening.
Okay. Board committee reports. I know, Mrs. Delaney, you had a curriculum equity committee. Do you want to give a recap, please?
Yes. We had our Curriculum and Equity Committee meeting on Thursday, January 23rd in the evening. And for those that don't have the sheet, we did have a nice turnout. We had Miss, the name is Tika. I might have said it wrong on my sheet, though, too. Anyway, Miss Tika Harris and Miss LaVon Parker and their presentation on Achievers After School Academy. Very thorough presentation of what they would provide and what they feel based on the needs and ongoing assessments and data that they would be able to help with Gateway School District and excellence. Dr. Chakey also gave the various reports or proposals, the school-wide updates, data snapshots, and just comparing, again, where we are, where we've improved and where we still need to see improvement. And that was always good to know. Ms. McCronin, she talked about, and I've got to look back on my other sheet on to see, RIASEC, which stands for, does anybody remember?
The World of Work, RISEC.
Say it again.
World of Work, the RISEC,
Okay.
realistic, artistic.
Okay. And other various wraparound programs. We also had Dr. Free to discuss some of the updates, and coming up in the month of March, March 28th, at the high school, they're going to have what's known as Get Up Summit, which stands for Gateway Equity Team Unites People. I think, were there any other points that we brought up? We just did a lot of discussion around these various, the presentation and other various services, grants and so forth, Human Services Administration Organization. I have to keep reminding myself of these acronyms. That's the HSAO and the TSI and the LEA and the Local Educational Agency and so forth. I have been out of the loop, but we did.
How parents can help, maybe a solution, how parents can help their kids with math. Increase those math scores.
Right, that was another area and issue that we discussed. And I think, was there anything else that anybody remembers that, I only had a few notes on it, but I thought it was a very productive meeting, and the next meeting is to be determined, but right now, I think that we pretty much covered where we are, where we're going, curriculum-wise, the rest of the 25 school year. At least we know that. Any other comments from anybody who was there? No?
The before and after program that they were presenting, they were going to send out something to the
Yeah, I
schools.
see
Do we
she
have
just surveyed.
Well,
She just called you. Do we have a time frame?
plan is to approve it in February. Now, keep in mind, we have the Pittsburgh After School Academy, Gerald Parr,
Right.
Yeah, right.
YMCA, and then now Achievers and Believers. So what we're trying to do is get them together to see how this could work. Because I don't know if Mr. Parr is interested in expanding or not, so we want to talk to him as well. So the good news is we have some options here for our families, and we'll see how we can play that out for next school year.
I wondered about that because we'll be stepping on other each other
Right.
and doing this, so yeah.
Yeah, it is better if it's site-based, how they reference, so we don't have to worry about transportation.
Right.
Ideally, that's the way to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There was something else I wanted to ask. Oh, and I meant to ask this, Susan, at the meeting, and I forgot. Some of the programs that Dr. Threed is working on, and that, I know a lot of that's at the high school. Do we have a time frame? Are we looking at expanding this to the middle school at any point? Do you know?
I don't know that.
Because my concern is middle school years are always such a challenge.
What in particular?
No, just everything she was talking about is some of the programs they're doing, her getting involved in middle school. I don't know which ones you would pick and choose, but since middle school is always those years of such challenges, I just wondered if there's anything that she's doing that would help at the middle school to get them ready to move on to high school or to better ready them to be in the middle school. Because to go from a small elementary building in a neighborhood to a huge middle school.
Yeah, there are some programs there that the counselors work on. I know Mr. Odo as well, but she's involved K to 12, and transition is a big one. So like grade 4 to 5, 8 to 9, obviously. Yeah.
And just now that the building is all set, for the most part, except for all those little things once in a while, they're in there, and now's the time to
Right.
really focus on what happens moving forward. So I was just curious. I forgot to ask her about if we
Yeah,
were.
but I'll reach out to her.
Is anything specific related to the middle school?
Specifically that she might be.
Yeah, as a transition as they move up, or however she's visioning this.
Yeah, I'll talk to her.
Thank you.
Anything else? Donna, you were there. Anything that's
No,
stands
I don't
out?
think that. No, but there is a finance committee meeting Wednesday at 5.
Wait, which one?
Finance. We're gonna start looking at the budget.
Budget.
And we have a safety meeting
Wednesday.
Safety, yep, this Wednesday. Safety meeting is
Tuesday.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. That's at 5 too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? Mr. Walsh, anything?
No, nothing. Thank you.
Okay, we do have something from the audience.
I just have a quick question. Dr. Rossi, last week you said 180 days for so many hours.
Yes, I can get that information for you.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't remember how many hours.
It depends if it's elementary, it's 900 or 990, depending if it's a secondary or elementary.
Okay,
Which times?
somewhere between 900 and 900.
Nine-
And
yeah.
then the 5 flex days, is that a district
Fine.
thing or is that?
State.
State thing, okay. ETS time also.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, no other questions or anything? Can I have a motion to, yes,
I
sir.
have one more thing.
Yes.
One of the ninth grade divers was able to do a forward, one somersault, one twist off the board today. It's a big breakthrough for a ninth grader. And so I was really pleased to see this ninth grader do that. And just wanted to share that with the board because all around us, teachers are making breakthroughs with kids every day, little breakthroughs that aren't really so little to see these kids like all these ice cream cones painted up there on the wall, these little breakthroughs. We do this for the kids and they do have their breakthroughs. The board doesn't always get to see it, so I'm here to tell you, forward, one somersault, one twist is a big deal. You try it.
And there is a girls' basketball game, JV's now, and varsity starts at 7:30. So motion to adjourn.
I make a motion.
Second.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a good evening, stay warm.